Hey guys, Kyle Mooney. I just wanted to talk today about a few things that we as pilots tend to overlook or don't talk about enough with each other. Um, and the big one is complacency. You know, we all talk about the guy doing acro and we want to talk him down from all the risk that he's taking. Um, but what we don't talk about enough is the complacency that we get, whether it's flying midday, doing low maneuvers, doing things that are inherently dangerous that we are now taking for granted. Something like a wingtip drag, for example. Like, we know that that is dangerous to do, and it's adding another step of danger to what we do. But if we've done a lot of them, then we just start getting complacent with it, and we just, hey, boom, and just move on and continue to keep flying. You know, it's not like a big point in our flight, and it should be if you're one to do that. Because if it's not, then you're going to get complacent with doing it, and it just becomes normal. So today is June 29th, 2021, midday, and yesterday, June 28th, at about 9 p.m., I was flying here in my local hometown. It was no wind, beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, not a bump in the air. It was beautiful. And I just took off and wanted to go fly. You know, nothing was different about that flight. I was just flying, you know, enjoying everything. And I went north to a field. Actually, it's only about a mile and a half away from where I'm sitting, and I was flying around. It's a wheat field, and it wasn't yellow yet. It was still green, so you know the leaves are really strong that are on there. It's not just going to break off like a wheat normally does once it gets mature. And I was just ripping around the field because it's gorgeous, and the sun was, you know, coming down soon. And I started heading south, and I hooked a hard left turn, full power left turn, and I was about 4 feet off the ground, and I just wanted to turn around all the way and just, turn, hard left turn, and do a full power climb, and climb high enough to clear the power lines and, go to the next area. And when I turned a little. I don't think it was too sharp. I think that either way, if the glider would have touched, if it was grass, it would have been fine. But being that it was wheat, when it hit those outer lines, which causes drag on that side of the glider, which causes me to lose speed and causes the glider to go down further. And when it did that, it sucked the glider in, and obviously slowing me down. And I was only about 5 or 6 feet at that point, of course, because I'm sideways. And it pulled me and shoved me into the ground. I did pull right brake really hard, and I dumped power because I knew I was going in. So the power maybe made a difference. It saved my hands probably. Nothing went into the prop, nothing like that. But as far as the rest of it, when I came in, I had my legs underneath me as I normally fly, and my left leg was fine. After I hit, the best I can figure, since I don't have a camera, is I came in, I know I dumped the power, I know I pulled right brake. Then after that, it was just a really quick, and I think what I did was I came down and I hit the ground on my right side. I think it just twisted me into it, and I hit the ground on my right side, which is what caused my cage to break on the right side only. And my leg was under it, and when it hit, it pulled my whole ankle, kind of like you foot drag with your toe back. If it's right behind you, it pulled that toe and the whole ankle back and twisted it at a 90. I crashed. I was laying on my back, and then I was I was coherent. I was alive. I could move my toes, move my fingers, and I knew what had just happened. First thing I did, I checked myself over. Still clipped in. I lifted up both legs, and left leg was fine. Right leg, not so much. My ankle was stuck at almost a 90-degree angle. I knew my fingers were good. I knew my head was good. The rest of my body was good. Some bruising from the swing arms, but I checked my ankle, and I called my dad, and I said, I think I just broke my ankle. I crashed in a field 2 miles northeast of here, so come get me. And he knew exactly where I was. And right after I called him, I called my wife, let her know everything was good. I mean, I was injured, but I was, I could walk to the truck if I needed to. But I couldn't walk until I did fix the ankle. I actually reached down, and it was dislocated out of the whole socket. I've never seen that before. I've seen arms and stuff like that, but I've never seen an actual ankle do that. So I actually just felt it to see, because I've never relocated something that was dislocated. I've seen it done, but I've never been the one to do it, let alone on myself. And honestly, I grabbed it as hard as I could, but I didn't move it that hard. And when I moved it, I just felt it kind of slide back in. I just grabbed it and twisted it, and it went back into the socket. So I don't know if that's what happened. I'm not a doctor, but I told him that I did that, and he was, okay, cool. Well, you took care of that. And then I stood up after that, actually. I unclipped everything, and I stood up, and I helped pack up my glider, and the cars were there, and all this stuff. And there's a lot of things that played into it, and the complacency, I think it was my decisions that led me to where I am now, you know, with dumping the power, pulling the brake, you know, knowing what's going to be happening rather than just, you know, if you lock up, it can be a lot worse. But yeah, I mean, part of it is luck. You know, I just don't like relying on luck. I'd rather just not have to worry about taking that chance. But unfortunately, with what we do, especially when we push it, we do take those chances. So all I'm asking is that everyone, if you're complacent, you probably won't know it. I didn't. I was making a turn. I wasn't showboating. I wasn't doing anything that was out of my norm in any shape or form. You know, yeah, you know, I like doing low acro. It's fun to impress things to a crowd. But when it came down to what happened to me yesterday was just complacency. Just, I'm going to go fly, but I'm going to make this turn. And, oh, wingtip grabbed. And I've done it before, but I've always done it on shorter grass or water. So it's much safer in that regard as far as water. But yeah, don't get complacent. You know, that's one of the big things that's getting people hurt, is complacency. So if you guys see somebody who's, you know, needs the help, or you can tell they're getting complacent, you know, they've excelled from 0 to 100 real quick and they're doing phenomenal, that's about when you need to stop. It's like when your engine runs is like you're like, man, this thing's running perfect. Well, it's because it's probably about to blow up. It's the same thing when we're flying. If everything's been going perfect and nothing has happened, I haven't failed to launch in 1.5 years. I hadn't broken a prop in over 2 years. You know, it was just like constant good, you know, and sometimes that's going to come to an end. So check yourself, you know, do all your buckles, do your chin strap. Last thing you need to check before you take off is what's in here, because it'll get you if you're not careful. So really, that's just what I want people to get from this, is talk about it, whether it's on a video or if you just make the video for yourself and talk about it, if that's what helps you. I just want to be able to help out the community and for people to understand that regardless of if you've been flying for 10 years or 1 year or 30 years, all it takes is that moment of complacency for you to go, whoops. And that whoops can be a lot worse than a severely sprained ankle and a little embarrassment and some ego hit, but that's okay. Honestly, I'm glad I can use this to teach somebody, and I'm glad that they can, you know, learn from this and go, all right, I'm going to make better choices and stay safe. So that's why I'm here. If you guys have questions about what happened or how you can avoid it, or hey, I got a friend in a trap, you know, sometimes it's good to hear from others. So feel free to reach out if you ever need anything. Feel free to reach out to, you know, any of your mentors. It doesn't matter who, whether it's me, somebody else, I don't care who it is. Just at least reach out and look for that guidance. So thanks for watching, guys.